Mr. Mottram was a force on the tennis court, but his off-court activities often made more headlines. From his political views to his clashes with authorities, this guy was always stirring up trouble. Let's take a closer look at the controversies that defined his career. Christopher "Buster" Mottram was quite the tennis sensation back in the 70s and early 80s. As a teenager, he broke into the top 100 rankings in 1974, a pretty big deal at the time for a young British player. His career had some really high points, like making it to the fourth round in big tournaments such as the French Open in '77, the U.S. Open in '80, and Wimbledon in '82. On February 7, 1983, Buster reached his career-best singles ranking at number 15. He didn't just shine in singles. He won 2 titles, one in Johannesburg in 1975 and another in Palma in 1976, and he came close to winning a few more, standing as the runner-up in 5 other tournaments. Buster was also pretty handy in doubles, winning titles in places like Charlotte, Basel, Kitzbühel, Stuttgart, and Bournemouth. He ended up playing in 11 finals overall. Representing Great Britain in the Davis Cup was a big part of his career, too. He played 19 ties and had a strong record of 31 wins out of 41 matches. One of his standout moments was beating the Italian favorite Adriano Panatta in straight sets during a Davis Cup match in Rome in 1979. That must have been quite a day. But even a legend like him was not free from big controversies and scandals. Want to know what exactly he did? Let's get into it. But before that, make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks. He didn't shy away from sharing his right-wing political views and even supported the National Front, a far-right party in Britain. This led to quite a few protests, especially during his matches at Wimbledon. His politics have always been a hot topic when people talk about his legacy. In 2008, Buster found himself in hot water again when the UK Independence Party kicked him out. He had tried to get them to team up with the British National Party, another far-right group, but it backfired, and he was shown the door. This just added another layer to his reputation for diving into controversial political stuff. Then there was this awkward moment at Wimbledon. Buster was banned from the members' areas for using the club's computers to check out inappropriate stuff. They never really spilled the details on what he was looking at, but it certainly didn't do his image any favors. And it doesn't stop there. He also made some pretty questionable comments about women's tennis. Mr. Mottram found himself in hot water after his 2006 interview with the Daily Mail, where he critiqued the evolution of women's tennis. Mottram complained that female players were losing their femininity, becoming too muscular, and said the sport was missing grace and elegance. His comments did not sit well with many, sparking accusations of sexism and highlighting outdated and discriminatory views. Critics pointed out that his emphasis on looks over talent was not only inappropriate, but also disrespectful to the hard work and skill of female athletes. The backlash was significant, as people debated his views on gender and appearance in sports, arguing that female athletes should be judged by their abilities, not their looks. Mottram tried to defend his remarks, saying he didn't mean to be sexist but was just commenting on changes in the sport. However, his explanation didn't calm the storm. The controversy serves as a reminder of the ongoing issues with gender representation in sports and the need for respectful and inclusive discussions about all athletes. All these controversies have really overshadowed his tennis accomplishments. While some might remember him for his impressive plays, many others can't look past his controversial actions and views. It's a real mixed bag when it comes to how he's remembered. But despite all these scandals and controversies, you can't deny that he is the legend of this game. Let's relive his legacy once again as a tribute to him. As a young player, Mottram quickly showed promise on the tennis court. He was known for his powerful serve and volley style, a popular technique in the era before the dominance of baseline play. His aggressive approach to the game helped him rise through the ranks, and by the mid-1970s, he was one of the top British players, competing in prestigious tournaments around the world. Mottram's career highlights include reaching the quarterfinals of the French Open in 1977, a rare achievement for a British player at the time, particularly on the clay courts of Roland Garros. This performance was a testament to his versatility and ability to adapt to different playing surfaces. He also had a memorable run at Wimbledon, reaching the third round several times. His best year came in 1977 when he finished as a semi-finalist in the mixed doubles alongside fellow British player Sue Barker. Aside from his singles career, Mottram also enjoyed success in doubles. He won several titles, both in men's doubles and mixed doubles, showcasing his skills as a well-rounded player. His presence on the court was not just about his athletic prowess, but also his competitive spirit, which made him a tough opponent. Off the court, Mottram was known for his strong opinions and sometimes controversial stances, especially regarding his political views. In the 1980s, he became associated with the National Front, a far-right political group in the UK, which caused considerable controversy and affected his popularity among tennis fans and fellow players. Despite the controversies, Mottram's impact on British tennis during his career was significant. He was part of a generation of players who helped to popularize the sport in the UK, inspiring younger players to take up tennis and strive for success at an international level. His contributions were recognized when he played for Britain's Davis Cup team, where he was a regular fixture for several years. After retiring from professional tennis in the mid-1980s, Mottram's life took a turn towards politics and public commentary. He remained a vocal figure, often appearing in the media to discuss various issues, including his political beliefs. His transition from sports to politics was marked by his continued involvement with right-wing political movements, which kept him in the public eye, albeit in a very different context than his tennis days. Today, Buster Mottram's legacy in tennis is a blend of athletic achievement and controversial personal stances. While he is remembered for his on-court successes and contribution to British tennis, his political activities have also left a lasting mark, shaping how he is perceived beyond the world of sports. Buster Mottram really gives us a lot to think about, doesn't he? On one hand, you've got this talented tennis player who really made waves in the 70s and 80s with some standout performances. But then, there's the other side of him. The controversies that seem to follow him everywhere, from his political stances to his outspoken views. Yes, Buster was never far from the headlines, and not always for his athletic prowess. His political views, especially his ties with some pretty far-right groups, definitely raised more than a few eyebrows. And then there were his opinions on women's tennis, which, let's just say, were not exactly progressive. It's like he had a knack for sparking debate, whether he was swinging a racket or not. What do you all think about this? It's a tricky one, right? If you're enjoying this look into the complex world of Buster Mottram, smash that like button and hit subscribe. There's a lot more to unpack in the world of sports, and I'd love to keep getting into these fascinating stories with you. Plus, I'm really curious, how much should an athlete's off-the-field antics affect how we see their legacy? Drop a comment below. Let's chat about it. Thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the lives of tennis legends, controversial or not. Catch you in the next video.